Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how to work the herringbone single crochet stitch pattern. So with any yarn weight you want to use and with a hook 2 sizes above the recommended hook size, make a slip knot and then make any number of chain. So I ended up with 16 chains. So 10, you work, flip it until flip it so you can see the back bumps of the chains. So into the back bump of the second chain from a hook, insert your hook and then work a single crochet. And then to work your first herringbone single crochet, if you look closely, you can see this left strand of yarn, the strand of yarn on the left. Insert your hook into this strand and then go on to the next back bump. Insert your hook, pull up a loop, then yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. So this is your first herringbone single crochet. So to work the next herringbone single crochet, okay, insert your hook into this left strand and then go on to the next back bump, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 3. So for the last time, insert your hook into this left strand, then into the next back bump, yarn over, pull up a loop, then yarn over, pull through 3. So continue and work your way across the entire chain. So I'm at the end of the first row. Okay. So to begin the next row, so I want to say that the herringbone single crochet stitch pattern has an obvious right side and a wrong side. So this is the right side. So to begin the next row, which is going to be the wrong side, chain 1, then turn your work. So we're going to be working a reverse single crochet next. So insert your hook into the first stitch from back to front. So go from back to front into the 2 top loops, then yarn over, then pull up a loop. Can you see how I went? And then yarn over, pull through 2. So you worked a reverse single crochet. So to work the next herringbone stitch, which is going to be a reverse herringbone single crochet, so insert your hook into this left strand of yarn. So to see it better, you'd have to turn your work like this. So turn your work and then into this left strand, insert your hook and then go on to the next stitch. Insert your hook from back to front. So what I do to help me is I use this part of the hook to scoop. I go from back to front and then yarn over, pull up a loop. You should have 3 loops on your hook, then yarn over, pull through 3. So insert your hook into the left strand to the next stitch, from back to front, yarn over, pull up a loop, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 3. So you're going to continue doing this and work your way across the entire row. So I'm at the end of the wrong side row. To begin the next row, chain 1, then turn your work. This is the right side. and then into the first stitch, work a single crochet, and then to work the next herringbone single crochet, insert your hook into this left strand, and then into the next stitch, pull up a loop, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 3. Then okay, so pro tip guys, so how I work into this left strand easily is I use this part of the hook to part this, and then I go forward, and then into the next stitch, pull up a loop, 3 loops on your hook, pull through 3. So continue this and work your way across the entire row. So basically the last 2 rows are the repeat for the stitch pattern, so repeat the last 2 rows until you get to whatever length you want. So say you want to increase a stitch, insert your hook into this left strand, then into the stitch. So to work your increase, insert your hook into this left strand, and then still go back into the same stitch that you just worked, pull up a loop, and then pull through 3. So you want to increase 2 stitches, insert your hook into the left strand, insert your hook into the same stitch you just worked into, pull up a loop, and then pull through 3. So I want to say that it's easy to increase when you're working at the right side of the work. So when you're working the wrong side, you're working reverse stitches, and it's going to be difficult to work any increases in. So say you're designing a scarf or a shawl or a hat, and then you want to increase and you're working the stitch pattern, increase at the right side of the work. So another bonus tip, so decreasing with this stitch pattern is nearly impossible, but I figured out a way to do it if you're working flat and at the beginning of the stitches, or you can also work in the middle. So at the beginning, chain 1, then turn your work. This is the right side, so into the next stitch, insert your hook into the 2 top loops, and then insert your hook into the next stitch. So if it's difficult for you to work into, use this part of your hook to go in like this, and then pull this, go back, and then go from front to back. So yarn over, pull through, and then work your single crochet. So basically you've decreased 1 stitch, so we worked a herringbone stitch 2 together, single crochet stitch 2 together. So you can go on and continue working in the stitch pattern. So say you want to decrease at the middle of the row, insert your hook into this left strand, and then into the next stitch, and then go into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through the first stitch, then pull through the last, and then work your herringbone single crochet. So you can continue. So there you have it, how to decrease at the beginning of the row and how to decrease in the middle of the row.